welcome, we're back. All right. Once again, I am Hans.
Yeah, and I am Franz, and
we are here to pop you up.
Welcome back to the pod. I'm Mike Dreyden Figueroa, and this is Unscripted and Unrehearsed, where I give you my take on events of the day, things I've seen, witnessed, and experienced in the past week. Welcome back. Listen. Okay. A couple episodes ago, I talked about my fitness journey and trying to stay in shape and all that. I'm a sporty kind of bi guy. So I wanted to dive deeper into what my fitness life looks like, because I get asked all the time. Not all the time, I get asked often, where do you work out, what do you do, and look, next month literally I'm gonna be 57, and the older I get, the more I feel everything rickety and crickety, and so, but I'm gonna talk about it later. I just don't want to get ahead of myself. But mobility is the key for those now and older. Mobility exercises are the key. So we're going to talk about that. But first, listen, the Olympics this year, I really haven't gotten into it. I haven't seen coverage because, other world events are, bogarting the news cycles and all of that. But from what I understand so far to date, we've got like Team USA has about 27 medals, 9 gold, I want to say 12 silver, and a few bronze. 5 bronze, is that right? 9, 12, 5, 27? Okay. But that might change. The closing ceremonies is tonight. There's a couple games still going on, so all that could change by the time we hear about it, because, they're hours ahead of us. 5 bronze. I'm really excited. The big news, though, is the heated rivalry between the women's hockey team, Team USA, and Canada. With recent events politically, there's a conflict and a strife and a heated rivalry. But it was great to see some of the clips and highlights from that game. It was really awesome. And I forget, women's hockey is a big deal, especially in Canada. It is huge. And, I wish it got more coverage here in the States. But yeah, go Team USA. Sorry, Canada, but I think they got the silver if I'm not mistaken. So that's awesome. Our cousins from up north. In sad news, and it's true when they say it happens in threes. First on Monday, Robert Duvall died. Robert Duvall played Tom Hagen in The Godfather, The Consigliere, and he was in a few other not Apocalypse Now, where his famous line was, "I love the smell of napalm in the morning." I forgot the name of that movie, but I became aware of him in the Godfather movies. Great actor. Sorry to see he's gone. I caught a couple of interviews with him. The one that sticks out is one he did, I think, with Charlie Rose, or maybe ABC News, whatever, or 60 Minutes. I can't remember now. I need to write this stuff down. Great interviews about his life and his career. So that was Monday. Tuesday, Jesse Jackson died. I became aware of him, I want to say, in grade school, where he was on TV giving a speech. I think that's when I first understood the strife culturally and racially in New York, because I was, as kids are oblivious to these things. But yeah, I became aware of him, and we learned a little bit about him in school. But he died on Tuesday. And of course, the big one, not the big one, but the one that came out of left field, McSteamy died. Not Dean, my God. Eric Dane. McSteamy. Also, AKA Multiple Man. Jamie Maddox, X-Men. He played that character, which I thought was a great cameo and like so unexpected when they freed him in the truck. Um, yeah. Yeah, so he passed away. Last year, around this time, he came public with his ALS diagnosis. And, you know, ALS moves fast. And that's a shame because I feel like that's one of the Parkinson's and ALS and what's the other one? I forget. I feel like they should be cured by now. Um, I don't know. Also, let me tell you, his role in Euphoria as the dad was that was something else. The full peen shot was my best because I'm a perv. My favorite. It's my favorite. All right. So yeah, listen up. Real ID is not real ID. What do you mean, Mike? Well, let me tell you. All the hoops and bullshit we had to go through to get our real IDs and our enhanced IDs apparently are no longer no longer valid because they're according to now the new law, the enhanced IDs do not indicate citizenship. The whole point of getting them was to indicate citizenship because of what happened during 9/11. And all the hoops and the up and downs and the back and forths and the deadlines and then quarantine extended that look. And then the money spent on this, on top of that, your passports. Let me not get crazy now. Your real ID you cannot use to identify yourself. You can't use it to prove citizenship. If you have a passport, yes. But of course, they're going to figure something out. But side note about that, I saw something online where this woman who works in entertainment industry, production wise, that deals with traveling, like to other countries to film and shoot like that. Now, what you have to do when you get to the airport is when you present your passport, if you're going to Europe, you are photographed and you're fingerprinted. This is the EES, entry exit system. And it's holding up the line. So if you got a flight, let's say at 2 o'clock, and you say, I'll get there at 12. There's your holdup. You're going to miss your flight because it takes longer than 2 hours to get through this because every single person with an American passport has to go through this. It could screw up your travel plan. Side note, just be aware of that. Starting this spring. But she's noticing it's been happening for a while now. But in full force everywhere this spring. There are only 5 states that have enhanced IDs. I think it's Minnesota, New York, and that's all I remember right now. California is not one of them, unfortunately. So, but if you go I'll have the link in the show notes. Click on Abby Fromkel's. I'm sorry, I hope I'm not butchering that, but her post came up in my IG feed, and she explains the whole bit about that. Yeah, Abby Fromkel. The link is there. Check it out. The Target boycott is, and I'm proud to be a part of it. I have not shopped at Target since the boycott started. They've lost $12 billion since the boycott started. Their stock has dropped from $145 a share to $93 a share, and that is huge. And the foot traffic and online spending both have dropped 9.3%, which is also another huge number. Now, in terms of money, it's hitting them. They're feeling it, and it's mostly people of color who are not shopping. I pass by a Target every time I go to work. It's like a mini Target, whatever. There are 2. One on 42nd Street, opposite, I want to say Dave & Buster's, like right in the middle between 7th and 8th, Broadway and 8th. And then there's one on 44th and 10th. Ghost towns. Only except on 42nd Street, a lot of tourists are going in there because they don't know any better, or people who don't know any better. So yeah, if you're boycotting Target, good for you. Keep it up, and the other places too. I'll come back to that. Thursday started Pisces season. We are in Pisces season. If you know a Pisces, like me, Hug them, kiss them, love them. It's our season, y'all. We are the last. Of course, you know this, but we are the last sign in the zodiac. From what I understand and the lore goes, we are all born and live through a season of one of the zodiacs. By the time you get here, you should have learned and experienced everything you need to move on and to elevate further. So hopefully this is my last hurrah here and I get to ascend to a higher plane. We are known for being incredibly creative, empathic, empathetic. What else are we? We are generous to a fault. But we can also be very over-emotional, impressionable, and closed off. Me, I'm moody because I'm a March Pisces. I'm not sure about a lot of February Pisces, but yeah. We have two very powerful birthstones. February's birthstone is the amethyst, and in March it's the aquamarine. That's mine. And according to my star chart, and the time I was born, I am a Pisces lunar star, Gemini rising, and Pisces lunar. So I'm in a Pisces moon. Pisces season, happy y'all, all my fellow Pisces brethren. Step to the front. It's our season. All right. I love being a Pisces. I don't know why. If you're a Pisces, I want to hear from you. Okay, so my fitness has not always been consistent. No, that is incorrect. Fitness has always been a part of my life. It's just taken different forms. Sometimes I'm obsessed with the gym. Sometimes I just want to bike. Sometimes I just want to do other stuff, yoga, all that jazz. My fitness life started. I was in grade school, and I signed up for the decathlon. And basically, it was all the schools in the area would try out for like long shot, long jump, what do you call that? Pole vault. Although I was a fat kid, so there was no way I was gonna do the pole vault. Running and swimming and all of that. But you signed up for different kinds of things. Spear throwing, which was cool. I got to practice that. And we do. My stepfather used to wake me up at like 4 a.m. We'd go over to Winthrop Park, which is also now known as Monsignor McGlorick Park, whatever. It's Winthrop Park, whatever. And we'd run around the park. Oh my God, that was so hard. I remember 4 a.m. and it seemed, because, I was a short roly-poly kid, and that, I could do it now, maybe once, maybe twice. But as a kid, it seemed like those blocks went on forever, especially from Driggs to Nassau was longer than it went from Nassau, from Monitor to whatever that street that was. Was it North Henry? I think it was North Henry. No, that was the longer one. It was huge. Long, far. I hated it. But I did it. I tried it. But we didn't get to go through with it because I think it was a money issue, and we didn't have a lot of money when we were growing up. So my mother made do with what we could. But my stepfather got me up and going and doing this. I really wanted to try, but there was I think it was a uniform fee, and then a travel fee, and then the bus fee, and then the lunch fee, and it was everything, and it piled up. And back then, $20 got you very far. And when you went to the supermarket, you could fill your cart, but that $20 was a lot of money. Whatever the other fees were, my mom couldn't handle it. So now, when I was a teenager, my father's a martial artist, and I think that's how we bonded the most. Although we really didn't. I didn't have him a lot in my life, but I got to be with him for a lot of my teenage years. So one of the things that and he was known for his skills. I asked him, I said, "Dad, can you teach me karate?" So on the weekends he would teach me. And at the time, I I enjoyed it. I really did enjoy it, and it was, movement and defense and all of that. And I think mostly because I got tired of fighting in school and walking away, not feeling like I kicked ass, but I defended myself. I wanted the sense of walking away like I kicked that motherfucker's ass. But by the time high school came around, there wasn't a lot of that. Mostly in grammar school because people were stupid. Anyway, um, it deteriorated for me because for my dad, he saw in me the potential that he didn't accomplish. And what I'm trying to say is he registered me into these competitions. I really didn't want to fight people. I think I was a little punk-ish. I mean, I wanted to be able to defend myself if I needed to, but I didn't want to like go and actually fight against people or spar against people. I just wanted to do the thing with him. But he entered me into all these competitions, and actually it was 3 competitions, and it just like I started becoming disinterested. It's a nice way to say it. Um, and it was sad because I enjoyed it, and I got as far as my brown belt. Yeah, my brown belt. I wonder where all those ended up. I have no idea. So that was that. Let's see. Then my interest in weight training came from I was a kid, very young. I was at my Aunt Jeannie's house, and my cousin Dominic used to work for sanitation, and he was jacked, like Arnold jacked. And of course, I'm saying this out loud now. I had a crush on him. He was a big, jacked Italian, Goomba from the neighborhood, and I wanted to be just like him. So I saw him one day. I was at my Aunt Jeannie's house, and I think he was going out on a date, but he was, getting a pump in, or a party pump, as we do now, as I learn now as I'm older. He was getting his party pump in, and I was like, "What are you doing?" And he's like, "Oh, I'm lifting weights." And I'm like, "How do you do it?" And he's like, "Here." So he let me. He showed me how to do a couple of arm curls. Now this is a cool thing. Back in the 70s, home weights were these plastic, I'm gonna say shit color brown and gray, and they were filled with sand. And depending on how big they were, you had either 10 pounds, 25 pounds, and 20 pounds. And he had an easy bar and some of those diarrhea color barbells filled with sand. So he showed me how to do it. He's like, "All right, I got to go. You can do what you want." So for me, I couldn't lift anything really, but like I would move them around the room trying to do weird shit. So that's how I got into weight training. And then I found weight magazines and like Muscle and Fitness. And I think that was and Muscular Development, which came much later on. It was a newer magazine, but Muscle and Fitness was my very first. And then I learned about Arnold Schwarzenegger and all those people, and I would get involved in following bodybuilding. Yeah, those were good times. So then biking, rollerblading, and ice skating came along. I think I got my first bike. I think I was 8 or 9, and my sister got one too. I had a navy blue bike. I wanted one of the back in the 70s. It was cool. The back bar, they would either just come over the edge and be curved, or but really tall and then curved at the top. I wanted one with a tall, seemed like a backrest or whatever. But I got a regular size one, and my sister got one. I don't remember what color her bike was, but I remember the seat was pink and it had like daisies on it, different colored pink daisies. So I would ride all over Greenpoint, all over the neighborhood, back and forth. I would go. My mother would say, "Don't go by the tanks." I went by the tanks. Yeah, everywhere. And we learned how to ride those bikes in Winthrop Park. So because they had like these like fences around the edge, the grassy areas, and you could rest on there and sort of push off and keep. But what was cool about those was those bikes. The brakes were if you pedaled backwards, you would slow yourself down. Then when I became a teenager, I got my first 10-speed. It was a Camel 10-speed. I got I want to say silver one, and my sister got one. I don't remember what color hers was. Or was it blue? I don't remember. It was my first 10-speed. And of course, I went everywhere on that thing. I went over the Williamsburg Bridge to the Lower East Side, all over Delancey Street, came back. I stuck to the West Village once, I came back. But getting over the Williamsburg Bridge was crazy because on both sides, the incline to get up to the pathways was crazy, man. Um, all over McCarran Park, all the way to all over, all over, and it was fun. I learned how to fix my flat tires on the fly because I would bust tires all the time, the inner tubes anyway. And I got to do my what year was this? I want to say it was 2000. Was it before or after LA? I did the Boston to New York AIDS ride, which is called something else now, and there used to be a benefit for the Gay Center and Community Health Project, which is now Callan Lord, but now it's for Housing Works, or maybe they were one of the three beneficiaries. So they asked me to be a guest biker, featured biker, and that was one of the best experiences I've ever had. The only thing I didn't like, it threw me off my poop schedule because I poop every morning, TMI, but I don't feel comfortable all day unless I have my morning go. And I really didn't. We got up early to get moving, and I was like, "Ugh, this is terrible." But it was a great experience. And when I got to the halfway point, I was like upset because I didn't want it to end. I was having fun. I was meeting all kinds of people. Right out of the gate, the assembly broke going up the first hill when we left the community center in Boston, where we kicked off. But they fixed it for me. It was great. Then I got rollerblades. I don't know, my 30s. That was fun. And now I have my ice skates, which you saw there, right there. I enjoyed that a lot. And of course, the big thing for me now is yoga on Wednesdays and Saturday mornings. I try to do that. I signed up with Nude York Yoga, as a nude gay yoga, and MMX. I didn't go to classes there only because their classes are not at a time that I can go. But I mentioned them because they're economical and conveniently located. They're on 14th Street, I want to say, still, and New York Yoga, I think, still meets in Chelsea on the east side. And for mobility, for meditation, for calmness, I need all of that. So yeah, I would suggest, if you haven't done yoga, get yourself. And I got into yoga when I did that the original Love Is Blind reality show. My blind date was one of the experiences or things was a yoga excursion. First time doing yoga, and I still have the yoga mat from that show. It's very old and it's pretty cool. Yeah, so that's how fitness started in my life, and it's still very much going. I'm a member at Mid City Gym. This is my Mid City hoodie. 1962, I think, is when they first opened, and this is, I believe, a silhouette of Arnold, if I'm not mistaken. And I love going. Mid City Gym is definitely a bodybuilder gym. There's a lot. What's cool about it, and they're not obnoxious about it, is you can do a lot of. You can record yourself and do your influencer stuff there, but the guys there who do that, they're very cognizant of everyone around them, and they're respectful. You can do your HIIT workouts with the space the way it's set up, and they have all kinds of clothing and nutrition and all of that. So you can get shakes, you can get drinks, you can get bars, you can get everything you need. You can even rent lockers there if you want. And the membership is very economical. For a year was like $329, and I renewed this April. So I haven't been to the gym in months, though, only because of my mental health. My mental health, and that's because I'm going to share this. I'm a compulsive obsessive, and sometimes what's the word? Catastrophize in my brain a lot. And I become defensive and strategic and offensive in my head. And if they say this, I'm gonna do this. If I'm do that, blah blah. And I get lost in there, and it's debilitating some days where I can't think straight. And it looks like I'm angry, but I'm not. It's just my brain won't stop, and it happens a lot at nighttime when I have a bad day. Coffee, syrup. So I've been taking medication for that, and it's helped tremendously. I don't obsess over things, and getting to the gym is not One of them, unfortunately, because I would be like, okay, oh shit, what time is it? I gotta go. Mix the drinks, and run, and then worry about the train. And now what do I do if the train's late? And it just became this cycle. And then I would get there, I would work out. I feel great doing it, but the entire mental process going through that was exhausting. So for my mental health, I started taking this medication. I forget the name of it, but it's quieted that down for me, and it's helped me to do a lot more. But getting to the gym has been tough, so I'm trying to change that. I think I'm going to work out more at home because I'm here. I have weights there, the core dial-up weights, and all I need is a bench. I can do a lot here in the house, and I don't have to, go downtown and come back uptown. That's the other thing too. I would get lost in the timing of everything because if I take my creatine and I'm on the subway and I gotta pee, I gotta get off the train and find anyway, I won't get lost there. So, side note, if that's TMI, I'm sorry, but your mental health is important too with your physical fitness. All right, so working through anxiety at the gym, which brings me to that. I'm glad I mentioned it. There is a lot of anxiety that I'm told some people go through in getting to the gym. And I've had conversations with friends and acquaintances saying, well, how do you do it? Or I feel weird because, this is foreign to me and I'm new to it and I'm afraid people are staring at me and, am I doing it wrong? And, then I get so overwhelmed, I can't handle it and I leave. I understand. I've been there too. I think the fact that my cousin showed me how to do a couple of things, I figured, that's how it goes. And then when I got to the gym for the first time, I was watching other people doing what they're doing. First and foremost. Well, which one should be first and foremost? There are two things. Two and foremost. Okay. It's the two important parts. Okay, first and foremost, nobody's watching you. Okay, they may notice you when you come into the space. They may not have seen you there before. They clearly know that if they're regular there, they know you're a new person. But nobody is watching you. Nobody cares what you're doing unless you're affecting their workout. So if you're in their way, you're not, being respectful of space because, you need space to move. If you're not returning weights or if you're, just wasting time on your phone while someone's waiting to use some weights or a machine, nobody cares what you're doing and they're not watching you. Unless you're working out together and you can ask for pointers. And I'll come back to that in a minute. Yeah. Nobody's watching you. I would say, I don't know if this is in order now, but let's start here. I would say start with making yourself feel good. And what do I mean by that? Wear your favorite clothes that you would wear around the house cleaning. I mean, wear what makes you comfortable. Wear the thing that makes you feel cool or comfortable. Choose those clothes that you're going to wear to the gym. You're going to get sweaty in them if you sweat heavy, dirty, whatever. Wear something that makes you comfortable. And then pick some upbeat music, and it doesn't have to be pots and pans or whatever. Or if that makes you feel good, anything, banch, whatever makes you feel good. Listen to that, but something more upbeat, sort of like your theme music when you're walking down the street. You're like, this is my theme song. Everybody has a theme song. I suppose that's what I think, because sometimes I have a theme song, and it'll put me in that space. So yeah, listen to that on your way to the gym. It'll help put you in that space. Pre-game your workout too. If you can take a tour of a gym first. You're considering joining a gym. The purple and orange one, which I hate the most. But go to the purple and orange one and get a tour. Say, hey, listen, I'm thinking about joining here. I'm new. I'm getting back into it, and I'm kind of, can you show me around of stuff? And they'll show you around. Their goal is to sell you and to sign you. Be prepared for that. Don't go defensive. Just say, can you? So this way, if you get a lay of the land of what's what and where's where, and how to navigate it, you can plan your workout ahead of time. Know where you're going to be. and how to end it, and then jet. Um, Ask lots of questions. No question is stupid. No question is dumb. They're going to want to answer all of your questions. Ask them how things work. Ask them how busy it gets at what time. It's always busy after work hours, like, I guess 4, 5, 6, going into like the 8 o'clock hour, and starts whittling out about then, depending on the location, I suppose, and the membership. Um, and in the mornings, I love to work out in the mornings. When I was going to Crunch, it would be, busy. When I was going to Blink up here in Washington Heights, all the Broadway people who have memberships up here, and all the local people who work in nightlife, like restaurants and theaters and all of that, everybody's there like from 9 to noon. It starts rolling out around 1. Um, and use that free training session that comes when you sign up, because the trainer is going to assess your fitness level. They're going to walk you through a program. They're going to show you how machines work. And of course, remember, their goal is to sell you on a package. You can take a package if you want. You can say, listen, I just want to learn. I just want to try this out. Give me some time, get used to it, and then maybe. Be honest with them, because there's no pressure. Don't let them pressure you either. And I used to sell gym memberships for Mid-City Gym back in the day, and for Crunch way back in the day. I was never a heavy-handed kind of sales guy, but I would try to sell the sessions and the membership. So do that. So now, when you get to the gym, again, remember, nobody's looking at you, so don't worry about it. If they see you come in, just, you might make a friend or a workout buddy or what have you, depending on how you like to work out. You want to get in and out. You want to do your reps in and out. Sometimes you have a moment. Do not become a chatty Patty, or is it chatty Cathy? Either one. Don't become those girls, because you're wasting time, and not just your time, other people's time, because while you're chit-chatting, someone's waiting to use the machine or the weights that you want to use, or the machine, or the cardio. They got a schedule. So try to keep it to a minimum, or if you have friends and it becomes a community thing, because like the Blink, which is now Pure Fitness, whatever, everybody knows everybody, and they're all, it's a hangout. So it's like the hood comes inside to hang out and get sweaty, and, so it becomes that. What other people think about you is none of your business, whether it's in business or personal. So don't worry about what they're thinking. Worry about you and the weight, because if you're not careful, you might hurt yourself. So if you're not paying attention to your form, watching yourself in the mirror, you could hurt yourself dropping the weights. And then just focus on yourself, because you are in the place where you're supposed to be doing that thing. It's not like you're, took your weights outside and on the street corner, and you decide, I'm going to do a couple, burpees here with some weights. You're in the place you're expected to be doing the stuff that you're doing, so is fitness-wise. So feel free. Do what you want. What's cool about some gyms, like for instance Crunch, they have classes where you can go and do cardio, full body weight workouts. It comes with the membership. It's just scheduling and timing. A lot of those things happen in the evening and in the morning. It's rare that they happen at a time where I could go. And I used to like one at the Chelsea gym, but I just couldn't get there. My schedule just wouldn't allow it anymore. So try those too. So yeah, focus on yourself. Your fitness journey is about you. Don't let thoughts of other people impact that, because whether you're young and you're getting in shape, or you're older and trying to get back in shape, or you need to get in shape for your health reasons, it's about you and what you do for yourself. Don't let it... Something just buzzed. What was that? I don't know. All right, so supplements and nutrition. Now, for me, and you don't have to do this, but there's so much on the market. I've had and tried almost everything. The newer stuff, I'm like, I don't know. But I know what works with me. What it comes down to me is, how bad is it going to make me pee? Because a lot of it is diuretic, and give me heartburn, because a lot of times the supplement powders give me heartburn, the worst. Daily, I take a multivitamin, multimineral. There was Twin Labs had a dual tab twin multivitamin, multimineral that's been off the market for years now. I should take it daily, religiously. I loved that vitamin and mineral. It was my favorite. They smelled great. It tasted great when it, I would chew on them too just to see. I liked chewing on them, and I felt like it absorbed more. Gone. So upset. But there's all different kinds. So I've tried all kinds. I've tried Centrum for men 50 plus. I've tried the generic vitamin shop version for men 50 and older, or whatever, older men. Plant-based ones. I just feel, is it a placebo effect on me? I don't know. I do know that I saw a documentary where they tested how well we digest these capsules, these pills. A lot of people don't, some people do, but they show how they just sit in your system and you evacuate them. And of course, you don't know because if it's in the poo, you don't notice it. But a lot of them don't get absorbed. Some of them rarely do. With that, I take an extra omega-3 an omega-3 fatty acid supplement, and some collagen, extra collagen, because I got to keep the. It's mostly for ligaments. I have a bad knee. My shoulders just are screwed up from all those years of voguing and doing all kinds of weird shit. And I need the extra collagen support. But yeah, those are the major ones that I take. As a matter of fact, I'm out of vitamins. I need to get new. The protein powders, I have had them all, and they are the worst on my system because of the lactose. I get gassy, bloaty, crampy, fart like crazy. Oh my God. It is unbearable. Except for one. Orgain, and I highly endorse them. They're not paying me for this. Orgain is the best. I have not bloated. I have not passed gas. I have not cramped. I love that. Favorite is the vanilla. Second favorite is the chocolate. I don't like the strawberry. I don't. So I highly endorse Orgain. And it's plant-based. Awesome stuff. Try that. Creatine and other supplements. Okay. So I've been taking creatine, and that has this effect on me, first of all. I try to take it an hour before I have to go to the gym, because if I'm drinking it like right away and I jet out, all of a sudden I have to pee by the time I get to the subway. And it's just recently that the subway toilets are open regularly and cleaned regularly. But I have caught myself where if I don't get off this train now, I'm going to piss myself. So I try to take it an hour before I'm going to leave the house. And I'll probably, hit the can a couple times before I leave. But it's also good an hour before you work out, because it's absorbing into your system and into getting into your muscles. I prefer the Vitamin Shop brand Body Tech 100% pure creatine monohydrate. I love that the best. I've tried different kinds. I've tried flavor ones. I don't feel the pump or the I don't feel it like I feel this one. I do. When you're doing the loading phase, there's two camps on that, whether you need to or not. I tried doing the loading, and it was way too much for me, and it was crazy. So I just take the regular amount, mix it in with my blue ice pop flavored CLA collagen and carnitine mixture, and I mix all that together. And but I changed it also. I think I did a video about this a while back where I was taking an HMB creatine, which is kind of cool. I liked it, but I didn't like it. I prefer the other one the most. So I would take the creatine with the flavored one. I would take just right away with water, no problem. But I would put the other two together and drop that an hour before, and I'm good. Then I would take my pre-workout, and I drink that through my workout. And I used to take this. It's called Essential Aminos Blue Raspberry. But I think they discontinued that. But what I have been using, and they're not paying me for this one either, they also are not paying me, is Bucked Up. Their Miami flavor is kind of like the logo looks like the Miami from the Miami Vice TV show, but it has like a tropical flavoring to it, which is kind of cool, because the blue raspberry, after a while, for many years, wore out on me, but I like that one. It tastes like pineapple mostly. I love pineapple. I drink that through my workout, because I feel if I drink it all at once and then go work out, I'm just too buzzed. But I like it because it sort of wakes me up and keeps me energized throughout my workout, and I can really put in an effort and keep it going. And then post meal, I try to eat as clean as possible. This is what my diet looks like. I don't eat a lot of red meats. And I think I'm gonna have to start doing that because I'm constantly needing naps. So I think I might be slightly anemic. I just had some blood work done, so we're gonna find out. But I stopped eating red meats because it was upsetting my system, where I would feel sluggish and had the itis, I suppose. But I don't like the way my system feels when I eat it. So I eat a lot of chicken, especially chicken breasts and thighs. I love that. Or tuna and salmon. I eat that a lot. I eat a lot of steamed vegetables, and that's mostly it. I know it doesn't sound like a lot, but you know, the way you cook them and the variety of ways you can cook them, I don't get bored. So I enjoy that. I do for a while will go just the chicken breast and broccoli, but like with any sane person, that's insane. Don't do that to yourself because you'll be like, what the who? I enjoy the Urban Meadow packaged frozen vegetables, the Oriental variety, and the what's that one? Fiesta variety. Those are kind of cool. Those are my favorites. Yeah, that's what I eat. And periodically, I'll eat stuff. Lately, I've been really bad. Especially during the holidays, and normally I'm good, but I think I might have a parasite, guys, because I am fiending chocolate like randomly. And me and my coworker were talking about that. So he's doing like a cleanse. He might have parasites. He's like, I want to see if I have them, so because I have these crazy urges, or not urges, but I forget the word. So he was like, I'm gonna do it and then let you know. So I forgot to follow up on him about that. So yeah, I was thinking about doing a cleanse too. What I've been wanting to do too is a colonic. Yeah, but everywhere I've checked, it's kind of, pricey to do that. And I want to do it on a day that I don't have to go to work. So, but I talked to one person at one place in Harlem, and they were like, no, we keep you for a few, we just make sure there's no residual. And yes, sir. What are you doing? Max wants to say hi. You guys listening? Max is awake. Hi, Baba. He had a nightmare last night. He just woke up barking. Then he ran to the window. I don't know. Maybe he heard something, but yeah. He's got allergies, man. It's really bad. So, but he's a good boy. He didn't poop at all yesterday, and today, this morning, I took him to the dog run, and boy, did he let it out. It was like 3 big piles. Because he's a good boy. You want to say hi to the people? No? Okay. So yeah, that's how I eat, and I try to keep it as clean as possible. I've been eating pastries. Coworker just celebrated like 52 years working as a box office treasurer, and one of the box office women, she brought some cannolis, from these mini cannolis from Jersey. Oh my god, I had like 4. They were so good, and you could taste the whatever alcohol they made them with. Oh, it was so good. It was so good. I haven't had cannolis like that in a long time, so I need to get to Brooklyn, pick some up. Yeah. So hopefully that will help you guys in your journey in fitness. So let's revisit my sports entertainment side, which is, I know I mentioned this before, but when it comes to sports, baseball, Yankees all the way, baby, right here. Yankees, #1, always and forever. I wish I could go to games. They are too goddamn expensive. I'm just gonna have to put money aside this year so I can go next year. I don't know. I did interview for an usher position with the union that handles that over there, but what am I trying to say? The reverse commute to get to these games it was impossible. It would take me forever to get there and back. It was just nuts. But I did. It was so this was the deal. The same union that covers the ushers for the Yankee stadium also handles the ushers for the U.S. Open, which is all the way out in Flushing, Queens. It would have been a gig working at the U.S. Open, and the reverse commute for that is local, going all the way over there. And then, depending on the games and how long they go, I would be stuck out there because the subways stopped running, and especially out there, it would be very long. It was not going to work. I would have had to stay at my mom's and then come into the city. It was not going to work. So I turned the job down. But yeah, I could have worked the Yankees game. Okay, now football, like I said, Eagles and 49ers. I'm all right. Nick Bosa is MAGA. He's on the 49ers. He's hot and great, and I was all into it. And then he did that photobomb, and so it upset me. I am all for expressing your political point of view, whatever it is. You're allowed to. I just don't think the way he did that was appropriate. And there was a rule since Colin Kaepernick, which I have seen no fault in what he did. They have rules in place for stuff like that now, where you can't. So he's like the 11 grand that they charged him for doing that. He said it was well worth the wait. I think I'm not going to support the 49ers for a while. But hey, I am devastated that they beat the Eagles in the playoffs. I was hoping I could talk some shit, but hey, it is what it is. Rugby. I love rugby. There are no American teams except for the local the local team. Let me rephrase that. The only local team that I'm aware of is the Gotham Knights, and I did try out for them, but first of all, reading all the criteria, I started out by researching what it involves joining before I actually tried out. Just to be clear, they're very expensive, a lot of requirements. Because of my height, I'm told I would be good for forget the position for the scrum, where they hold you up and you use your feet to grab the ball, or whatever, they have a name for that kind of ball. But yeah, I wanted to play rugby. But again, I couldn't afford to be a part of that. It's mostly gay guys with very, very disposable incomes. And it's all that their stuff is at night, and I'm working at night, so it's just I just can't do it. UFC, I loved. So I wasn't really a huge boxing fan, but I did get into the UFC when it was first octagon cage fighting, where it was all different. It was a free for all, and it was like, wow, this shit is crazy. Then it got banned, and then I was like, why are you banning? All right, now I'm going to support because fuck a ban. But then the Ultimate Fighter came along, which was the reality show for these guys who want to get into the UFC and get these contracts and all of that. And I got by the theatrics. It came out that a lot of the shit that would go down in the house of the UFC fighters was instigated by the camera people or the production people, and they would start trouble or get someone or egg someone on to start shit, because that's what was pulling in the ratings, because people want to see what the antics, because it was like the blue team against the red team, and and some personalities, and they put people together that they had a history of, there was conflict, and it was really not cool. But I enjoyed the UFC, and I was a huge Nate Marquardt fan, and he was an incredible fighter. I don't think he's fighting anymore. I know he lives in Taiwan, I want to say, with his wife. But he did. I think he's a homophobe too. There was a post where he said something about two men kissing and hiding his kid's eyes from seeing that, and how he found it disgusting. As an older person now, I'm like, evolution has to happen, where there are different kinds of people in the world. And I'm not telling you have to like it or leave it, but it is not necessary to constantly express yourself one way or the other. Is that coming out right? I don't know. I think there's a lot. I feel a particular way about a lot of things, but I don't express myself. It's not necessary. I know how I feel about it, and I carry myself accordingly. And that's a double-edged sword. Free speech and all. Go for it. And I picked up hockey again, and we all know why. But mostly because, hey, I like hockey. I wanted to get into it. Like I said before, a lot of fights were breaking out, and I was like, oh, is this what this is about? I'm trying to understand how this game works, but I'm getting into it again. Go Rangers, because, New York City, baby, and go Canucks, because, Michael J. Fox. And I like their logo. Superficial. It's an orca, design that's very I forget the name of the culture, but it's very much in that style, and it's kind of cool. Go Canucks. So yeah, there you have it. This is the fitness episode, ladies and gentlemen, guys and gals. I hope you enjoy it. Now I want to hear from you. You tell me. Are you a sporty kind of person? Are you what sports do you like? Do you play sports? I want to know. You tell me. I want to know all about it. Do you want to get back into the gym? Do you want to join a gym? Are you afraid to join a gym? All that. I want to hear if I've inspired you to try to get into your fitness now, especially as we get older. I'm realizing, like I said, there's a lot of creaks and squeaks where they weren't before, and use it or lose it, people. I'm telling you that now. Who are your favorite teams? Do we share that in common? I want to know. Can we go to a game together? I'll go to a game with you. We go to a Yankee game. I'll go with you. You get a spare ticket. I'll go with you. We chip in. I don't know. We'll do that. Go to a Rangers game. Rangers games are fun because I've seen those people when they're on the subway. They look like they're having a great time. Or do you even care about sports? Fuck sports. I don't give a shit. I want to know too if you don't care. No judgment. Just like fuck sports. You could do that. All right, guys. If you made it this far, drop a Pisces emoji down in the comments. Maybe a merman or a mermaid holding the trident, or dolphin or fish emojis. I want to put it there. Put it there. Are you a Pisces? I want to hear from you. Pisces unite. I'll give every Pisces that comments and gives a shout out. I'll get a shout out for the rest of Pisces season, which goes all the way through to March 20th, which that's my birthday week. So it's just a couple weeks. So I think we get 2 more episodes. 1, 2, 3, 4 more episodes. Pisces season. So, everybody gets a shout out. Name, full name. So you got to put your name down there. Hey, I'm a Pisces. That's what I want to hear from you. So yeah, thanks. Remember to like, follow, and share. If you're listening, please follow on wherever you get your podcasts. We're on Apple Podcasts and iHeartRadio and a bunch of other streaming places. Buzzsprout. Yeah, I really want to hear you there. If you're watching on YouTube, thank you. Like, follow, and share. Hit the bell. It helps you to get notified when the next one drops. And when the shorts drop. People liking the shorts, thank you for liking the shorts. Try to get you interested in what's going on around here. And what else? I think that's all. Hey, listen, I'm trying to keep this ad-free, and I'm noticing that a lot of my counterparts who have ads, they're like in all kinds of places. So if you support the pod, go over to there's more coming up. You got to come back for the bonus to this episode, which is over on Patreon. So, and support the Buzzsprout, because I like Buzzsprout the most, and they're not paying me for this because I looked at a few. I can edit the text and format it and put links in, and then and it loads up the audio really quick, and and it sounds really cool, and I love, and they have a newsletter that comes out weekly and gives you ideas and community and all of that. I really, really enjoy that. So please consider supporting. There's different levels from, I think, $1 to $10 a month. Same deal with Patreon, from $1 to $10 a month to get all the cool stuff. Yeah. All right, guys. See you next week. Stay safe. I love you.